We are here in your house sports for the week 13 rivalry week review. College football. Manny D.
It's your boy Vassos.
Boy Fat Sam not with us today. He is negotiating to become the new head coach at Liberty.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Did we give out that Hugh Freeze is probably going to be the Auburn's coach? Did we just drop news just now? Oops, my bad.
We might have, you heard it here first, but
yeah,
hey, loose lips don't get fed.
Yeah, trying to do a 20-year, $50 million contract for Fat Sam. So,
hey, hopefully, he knows where to find his assistants.
Yeah, he does. Oh man, but yeah, appreciate you guys joining us. Our YouTube channel, like, subscribe, comment, notification bell, spam it, do whatever you got to do. Get it out there. Facebook In Your House Sports as well. But we're going to start off with that this week. We're going to start with coaching news, coaching changes happening already. Love to see it. This is some of our best time of the year right now.
It's not quite Black Monday, but it's getting close.
So we have to call college football something. You got Black Monday for the NFL, right?
Yeah.
So what do you call college football? Just fiasco?
The coaching carousel? Yeah. That's the one I always hear used.
That's what you see on the NCAA football game, coaching carousel.
Exactly.
So that's what it is right now. So Hugh Freeze is rumored to be the next head coach at Auburn with right now at this point, which is going to be a good pick. Ready for all the people to start slamming Auburn for hiring Hugh Freeze because what he did with his 2 cell phones for him, and I mean, hey, it's Alabama. He can do what he wants.
Right.
Lane Kiffin was purportedly the man for the job at Auburn, but he signed an extension, shut down all the rumors, and staying at Ole Miss.
They just walked up to him and said, "Sign it. Sign it now.
Don't even read it. Just sign it.
Just sign it." And they're like, "It's more money." That's it.
That's it. But I don't know. It felt like he was going to lean towards Auburn, especially the last couple of games. It's kind of like he wasn't there. Like I don't want to say he checked out, but they weren't playing up to the standard they were prior to the Alabama game.
They've been very undisciplined since that. I don't know if maybe they put all their eggs in that basket, and then when they got there, of course, was it they lose the week before or the 2 weeks before they played Bama?
2 weeks before, I think. No, was it the week? It was the week before. We were talking about they were looking ahead.
Yeah,
possibly to Alabama.
So they lose there, and I think that maybe knocked the wind out of their sails. And then they go in and play Alabama, and Alabama just beats the brakes off them.
Mm-hmm.
So,
it was like a perfect mashup of him leaving after that.
Right. It's like they've had it in neutral this whole time and just kind of slowly rolling downhill.
So, as of right now, he's staying. What else we got? Found out, Matt Rule's heading to Nebraska, made official. So he'll be at the corner. I'm very interested to hear his press conference. I'm very, very interested to hear because I want to hear the words that he uses in his press conference. I hope he doesn't do the whole God chose me to get fired to come here to Nebraska.
Trust the process.
Yeah. And they better, and we were talking about this on our group chat. We felt like the situation at Baylor was, who's going to go there? So no, I don't want to go there. Right.
Right.
He's like, I'll go. And I mean, he did his thing, built the foundation, rebuilt the foundation pretty much.
Yeah.
And it was bad. It was a process, like he said. Like he says, being trust the process, right? But with Nebraska, there's 2 folds. So, team's not talented right now. It's going to be hard to recruit in Nebraska. It's not Texas. It's not the state of Texas. Then you have this fan base and this
expectations.
Yeah, the expectations were just 1990s expectations, which they need to come back to, like, guys, it's not 1990s anymore.
This isn't. Tommy Frazier's not coming through that door. So.
No.
Scott Frost came through, but he was not the same guy.
At all. There's no black shirts out there, defense, right?
Yeah.
but they have to be patient. And I don't think it will take as long as it did at Baylor. But the number one thing is his coaching staff and recruiting. That's going to be tough to get
especially
down
since he's starting now.
there.
Like, I mean, I guess that's a good thing for recruiting. The fact that he's getting ahead of the first signing day, so
Yeah.
now he can go ahead and start recruiting and get what he can. But that's not ideal considering what is that in 2 weeks?
Yeah. Yeah. It's like December, 7th or something?
I think it's either that or it's like the 12th. It's something like that. It's one
Yeah.
of the first few days. It's within the first 2 weeks. It's right before bowl season starts.
Mhm.
I do know that.
He's going to get a lot of guys from the East Coast. I don't think, he has connections in Texas now, but I don't think he'll get as many from Texas, but you got guys that play in the cold.
Yeah.
They want to stay in the cold. Do they want to go, in the middle of nowhere? I mean, I don't know.
I mean, it's not like he's going to be able to go into California and Florida and recruit like he was over at Baylor.
Yeah, it's not going to happen. That's not happening. And you look at a lot of talent from Nebraska back in the day. They came from Texas, California, Florida, because they were winning.
They were winning, and everybody played that style of football.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody ran the option.
Which comes to my next question: what kind of offense will he run? Because the one at Baylor was it wasn't what it was. People complain about the offense this year, and then the Matt Rule's offense was kind of just. I couldn't even explain it, and it was nothing. It wasn't consistent. It was weird.
It was a mashup of whatever they thought might work.
Yeah, it was just we'll see what goes on this time.
They didn't that, and I think that had to do with y'all were saying there was a void of talent that first year at Baylor. But even going forward, it's like, he would lean into what Brewer could do, and then the next week it was like, I know you can't do that well, but we're going to have you drop back and throw the ball 40 times.
And make sure you hurry him, get rid of the ball because our offensive line is horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, that was his whole thing was he couldn't recruit offensive line.
No,
he could get everything else, but not offensive line.
And there was a problem in the NFL. They didn't get offensive line help.
Exactly. It's like, bro, and you can draft.
Yeah.
You can draft the offensive line. You can sign offensive linemen in free agency.
So what would their identity be? Would it be if you're going through the whole Nebraska history, right, and you have a big offensive line that can pound the rock, not running an option, but just pounding the rock to setting up your team for success. So I don't think you go for a spread air raid type offense. You got to have a consistent offensive line to pound the rock to be able to open up defenses and able to get your passing game going.
Right.
So
that coordinator, I don't know who it is. I cannot think of anybody off the top of my head that does not want to throw the football.
Yeah, that's tough right now. Tough these days.
It's just I can't think of anybody. I'm sure he's going to want to change it to that air raid system or a hybrid of everything. But it's like, dude, you don't have the talent. You have a negative talent. I mean, you got Casey Thompson, a transfer from Texas because he was going to lose the starting job to Hudson Card.
Yeah, not even yours, Card.
Yeah.
So I don't know, and I'm pretty sure he'll get Phil Snow to be his defense coordinator as always, unless he goes a different route. Says, hey, I need to do something different, but we'll see. It's going to be interesting how it goes over there. Staying in the Big Ten, Wisconsin named Luke Fickell their head coach this morning, I believe.
Yeah, it was this morning.
Yeah, so man, that kind of came out of nowhere to me.
That's it's like I said, it's like he was afraid to go to the Big 12.
I think his agent was like, look, man, this is the time to leave now because if you go to Big 12 next year and you just shit the bed, your name's not going to be popping up, really.
And they're going to be ready to get rid of you.
Yeah.
You got to deliver a Big 12 championship right out of the gates versus at Wisconsin where you're not expected. The expectation isn't as high.
Because perfect example, Matt Campbell for this season, right? Last season, the year prior, his name was a hot name out there.
This season, crickets.
Nothing. So it's like, damn, maybe I should have left. You know what I mean? But I think he's still Iowa State through and through. But That's probably what happened with Fickles. Like, hey, his agent said, "Dude, we better get this money right now, get this job up here because."
right? Or maybe maybe his whole thing was, you know what, I got them to the bigger conference. My job is done here.
That's true. Could be. 'Cause I think Cincinnati will be fine. They always find another coach that'll keep it going.
And that's interesting now when you think about basketball as well.
Yes. Yes.
That
Yeah,
is another
we'll think about football
huge,
first. Right?
yeah, that is a huge addition to the Big 12 basketball program right there.
Houston as well.
Yeah, but I mean,
You're
you add
looking.
another top tier team because Cincinnati's always right there. They have their down years, yeah, but they're
Mhm.
always right there in the mix. They're always or they're always right there in the tournament mix.
Yeah, true that. And then you got here just recently, a couple hours ago, I think it was Willie Fritz, the head coach at Tulane, expected to be named the Georgia Tech head coach.
Mm. I mean, you know,
That
you have
man's a
a
winner, though. Everywhere he goes, he's
yeah.
a winner.
I mean, you have a hell of a year at Tulane. I mean, of course, your name's going to start popping up on radars.
Yeah, and for him too, same thing. People are like, "Man, why now?" Well, he's 62 years old. How much longer does he have? Not to be sounding like an ass, but and he's
You
worked his
got
way up through the ranks in college football.
right that, and it's like, hey, man, you get a chance to go into a bigger conference. One of the big Power Five. You've probably got more money that they're offering you than you've probably made your entire coaching career in
Oh
one
yeah,
contract. Why the hell wouldn't you sign it?
exactly.
And I'm sure it's not all about the money, but still, I'm sure that's a big factor in it where he's just like, you know what? When the hell am I going to get this chance again? Might as well do it.
Exactly. And you look at last year; they were 2-10 last year. Tulane was.
Yeah.
So
I
another
think,
thing.
what was it? I think the highlight of their season was almost beating Oklahoma.
Yeah. And then this year they beat Kansas State, who could potentially be the Big 12 champion. You never
Yeah.
know.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And then you got Kenny Dillingham,
Who?
who we called sexy Andrew Luck, right?
Oh,
Going
that
to
guy.
Arizona State. I mean, at this point, who's Arizona State going to get with the mess that they're in right now?
I mean, it's not as well. I don't know. I don't know if it's as bad as the whole Baylor situation. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't, because we're not in that market, we're not in that area, so we don't
Right.
know exactly the ins and outs like we did with Baylor. But again, it's not a favorable position to go to. I mean, I don't think Herm Edwards is getting the blame like Art Briles was.
No.
He was just happened to be the guy they went, yeah, you're not holding them together, you're out.
Yeah. Your staff's jacking up. It's your fault. Which I guess, in the end, it's going to fall on the head coach.
Right.
But
But
you would figure they
I don't
get
see
somebody.
fingers.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, but you don't see fingers pointed. I think that's because he's established so much goodwill,
Yeah.
whether it be on TV, in his head coaching career in the NFL. So I think that has a little bit to do with why he's not getting any of that blowback that like Joe Paterno got, or
Right.
Not Matt Rule, Art Briles. Goddamn.
Yeah, that's true. But you would think with Arizona State situation that they would go over not a big name, but somebody that's been a head coach and that can just come in and kind of just quiet down the noise and try to run the program for a couple of years. You know what I mean?
Lay the groundwork and be like, all right,
Yeah.
this is what we're gonna do. This is the building block. This has worked for me before. Let's do it.
Yeah. So it's kind of I don't know. It's kind of weird. But hey, if this guy's successful, then
Yeah. Maybe they called Gary Patterson and he said, nah, I'm good.
I'm chilling, man. I'm getting paid by TCU and Tech. I'm all right.
I get to play my guitar and not have any worries. I'm in. I'm in here.
Surprisingly, though, I figured Gary Patterson's name would be up somewhere, but I guess he just has no interest right now. Why not, right? I mean,
You're getting paid pretty good. You don't have all the responsibility.
yeah.
That, and I think he's just kind of like, you know what? If Sarkisian ever leaves or gets fired, I'm the next in line. So
Yeah, I'm here.
yeah, I'm just gonna stay here.
And the AD worked at TCU before as well, so
Yeah. So I mean, he's got it in. Should Sark ever leave or get fired, just like I've got a huge money job just sitting here in
That's
front
true.
of me.
He's over there plotting.
Right.
What should I do now?
Here's a little song I wrote.
Texas State fired their head coach.
I mean, doesn't that happen like every 2 years anyway?
Yeah, I know, man. Who's next?
Right.
Tulsa fired Phil Montgomery after 8 seasons.
Mm.
So he's out. We'll see if Liberty goes after Art Browse and gets Phil Montgomery as his offensive coordinator again. Very possible.
It's possible. I don't think they will.
I mean, the AD was the AD here at Baylor and all that happened. I mean, why not? He's like, I don't care. Who else we got? So we got
Prime.
Yeah, Coach Prime was apparently offered the Colorado Buffaloes head job. Interest was shown. Haven't heard nothing from there since, but
just waiting to see if he puts pen to paper.
Yeah. South Florida was also interested. We don't know about any offers made there, but man. And I was reading a story from a Colorado State fan on Twitter stating that people are saying that Coach Prime going to Colorado was stupid. He goes, it's not. He goes, Colorado has great facilities, has a great athletic department, all this other stuff. He goes, they just haven't had luck with, the football side of it. He goes, this coming from a Colorado State fan. He goes, that was huge if he was able to go to Colorado.
True, but you're going to a 1-11 program. I mean, you're a huge, huge name. You're expected to basically turn around and win right then and there. There's going to be no grace period with that.
No. And it's like, what will be the contract, right? How long?
Right.
Because if you're the Colorado AD, you're thinking to yourself, man, he's not going to be here long. Like, if he comes in here and, by year 3, we're contending for Pac-12 championships, maybe a possible playoff berth, right? He's not going to be here, that long. It's not happening.
Right. It's like if he has a hell of a season in, say, Oregon or I'm trying to think or Utah ends up coming out and being, needing their head coach, a new head coach. And they say, hey, here's the blank checkbook.
Yeah, sign it.
And he won't just go, here. All right, I'm coming.
Yeah, because he was very, very honest about the whole, if FBS school came, I would entertain, their offer. Why not? Of course. Who wouldn't?
I'm sure he was thinking that Florida State eventually was going to be that team.
No, real nah, man.
Not yet. He's giving him the Heisman. He just, nope.
It's almost like Tulane should go ahead and offer him any job above, no disrespect to Jackson State, but they're not FBS. Let's be honest, they're not. So any job right now will be appealing to him because you get more money, you get more exposure, and it's just catapulting you to your next job.
You got upgraded facilities. You got probably more access, more scholarships to give out.
Yeah.
More TV money you can potentially get.
You're going to get transfers from Jackson State going. You know that.
And I'm sure that's probably one of the biggest things with Colorado is my son. My son is coming. My son is going to play.
Yeah.
What do we do there?
Travis Hunter's going to come.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to happen.
Yeah, I'm sure he's like, hey, if I'm coming, this guy, we need to clear some scholarships. So either we're going to cut scholarships out of recruiting or you're just going to have to get rid of some guys.
And they're going to use that transfer portal big time.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm thinking to myself, if I'm him, obviously Colorado, that's a big job. But if South Florida came to you as well, would you rather say, I'll put all my eggs in this basket and go to South Florida, build them up, maybe another job will pop up a couple of years that's going to be more appealing to me because Colorado's Colorado. I'm sorry. But other than their uniforms, come on now.
Yeah. Competition isn't as stiff in South Florida as it is, in the Pac-12. That, and I think from a living standpoint, you ain't got to pay state taxes in Florida versus in Colorado. So, I mean, it just makes more sense just to move over there to South Florida.
Yeah, and like the expectations, I think he's going to be clear cut. Look, I know you want me to win next year, but hey, this is not going to happen next year. Like, you're going to have to give me some time to get my foundation and my culture in here.
Right.
I can give you more than one win. I'll tell you that much. But it'd be interesting to see. Do you see him being a head coach in the FBS next season? The start of next season, you think he'll be a head coach in the FBS? I don't think so.
Not this season, or not this upcoming season. I see it maybe, unless he's waiting till after his son either graduates or goes into the draft. I think then he'll pull the trigger, or unless he's like a graduate, on his last year of eligibility.
Yeah. But shout out to Colorado, man, going all in.
For having the stones just to be like, you know what, we're going to just throw some money at him, talk to him, see what he does. The worst you can do is, say, what do y'all pick? 12? I'll be gone by then.
But I'm thinking to myself, too, what will this do for Colorado as far as trying to go to another conference if the Pac-12 deal doesn't work out? That's going to be a huge play for them. We got Coach Prime.
Right.
All eyes going to be on Colorado. I don't care what anyone says.
You'd have the Big 12 probably willing to take him back, no problem.
Hey.
Hey.
My phone was off this whole time.
I got a brand new phone number. It still says the same. Yeah, I just got it back.
Yeah, this guy's been tripping. I saw the text. We're here.
It wouldn't let me respond.
Come on, Ralphie. We welcome you back. But this is just the beginning, man. It's going to keep on next week, week after, these coaching changes and coordinators.
Especially right before bowl week is when we'll start hearing more and more and more of it.
Oh, yeah. Big time. So that's the update for this. This is good times right now coming up. All right, so let's get into this Big 12 Week 13 recap, the last recap of all the games happening in the conference. We'll save the best one for last. West Virginia beat Oklahoma State 24-19. Wow, my gosh. Did Neil Brown save his job again?
Pulled a rabbit out of the hat, man.
5-7, and Oklahoma State 7-5.
I think Sam called it. Mike Gundy.
There is
mediocre
talks of people getting a little upset
because he got it. He gave him that taste last year, just almost being a yard short
from the playoffs and everything.
And now that expectation went from being just, being from down here to past my head, and they, of course, now they fall here.
Yeah.
So
there's some rumblings. Fans are mad. I was reading some people's, screenshots of forums, comments on the forum page and stuff like that, and people are like, it's getting kind of old now.
Yeah.
West Virginia, Neil Brown, 5-7. Do you think he saved his job?
Yeah, I think he did enough to save his job. I'm sure if they'd have gotten blown out, he wouldn't have been able to make it up the tunnel before the AD was like, "Hey, get your stuff and go." Here, I'm bringing you a box. Here you go.
He would have sent a skydiver with a message. Like, what's that in the sky? Here you go. I'm gone. Just the messenger.
Right.
I don't feel like he is. I feel like maybe by Monday they might say, "Hey, man, thanks," but I don't know.
It's been fun, but
right.
You got to go.
I don't know. I just feel like he's not safe. And TCU, man, just dominated and smashed Iowa State 62-14. TCU obviously in the Big 12 championship game, but they have one game away. They win. They should be in the playoff.
They just left no doubt. They said trap game ain't happening here.
Mm-hmm. Beat down Iowa State like it was 2011. God almighty. Man. Just like we called it, TCU in the playoff. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, Can't wait for that one. Can't wait for that episode. That's going to be fun to go back and have to.
Hey, man, you do. They survived Murder's Row with the Big 12, man. They did it.
Yeah, they just got to cross the finish line.
Yeah. And Texas Tech beat Oklahoma 51-48. Texas Tech 7-5. OU 6-6. I read the graphic where it said it's the first ever time that Tech beat Texas and Oklahoma in the same season.
Wow.
Yeah. It's a big deal.
It is a big deal. Yeah. I mean, you finally knock out the bullies. You
Yeah.
you knock them both down at the same time.
Well, Joey McGuire doing his thing.
I mean, good for Tech. Good for Tech. That is a much different team. I mean, it was almost the same score as Mayfield and Mahomes.
Yeah. Not as many eyes watching this game.
Right.
And then Kansas State punched their ticket into the Big 12 championship game, being Big Bad Kansas. This will be the last time we call them Big Bad Kansas, by the way.
It's official. They've graduated past Big Bad Kansas.
They're Kansas. 47.
The Kansas University.
The Rock Chalk Jayhawk. But Kansas State was one of those teams in the beginning of the year that we did say, watch out, because they are just consistent and they are getting better. And they're going to be in the Big 12 title game against TCU. So well deserved.
And I think had they not lost to Tulane, like you said, I think there'd be serious discussions that, hey, no matter who wins the Big 12, they're going to the playoff.
Yeah. And when they're on, man. They're not flashy, but they're dangerous.
Deuce Vaughn, I mean, whew.
Yeah. Gosh, man. Then you had Texas defeat Baylor 38-27. Texas goes to 8-4. Baylor finished 6-6. Man, hard game, tough game. They play each other close all the time.
Yeah, they do
recently.
Yeah.
But
no matter who,
the frustration I bet you guys were feeling with Ewers. Christ, man.
I mean, the fact that he started cussing at his own old lineman, it's like, bro, you finally just got fed up with it.
Yeah.
Right.
On the false starts.
Oh my God, that was so bad. And then, of course, giving up those sacks was just like, dude, the guy's right in front of you, and you just, huh? Oh, I was supposed to block him.
But the safety, come on now, that was very inexcusable, man.
That was all him. That was like, dude, what are you thinking?
And I was glad to see Sarkisian kind of rip into him on the sideline. Dude, what the fuck is wrong with you, man?
Yeah.
That's all you. What are you doing? Like, come on. Get out of your head.
You had time to get out of the pocket.
Yeah. But like we talked about last week, is like all they have to do is try to contain the running game and just put pressure on Ewers. That's all you got to do. Sarkisian was containing the running game himself in the first half.
Yes.
Like, what are you doing? I was like, this guy's okay. Don't run the ball then. We can't stop the run, but all right, don't run it.
Right.
And he just woke up in that third quarter and like, all right, here we go. And that was it. That's all she wrote.
That's. I mean, it's not like the past game was awful as it has been. Like he wasn't as off, but Wellington just fumbling the ball didn't help.
Yeah.
Him fumbling the ball didn't help.
Was it Saunders that didn't catch that pass?
Yeah.
But, yeah, you got your best player. Just pound the rock, man. Like,
right. You got your two best players back there.
Yeah. And you put up the other Robinson out there, too, just throw everybody off. Like,
right.
Yeah, I was like, that's what I was telling you, man. Sarkisian's going to do something stupid and start passing the ball and give the opportunity back to lose this game.
But those last 3 drives, man, he just said, you know what? Pass play, pass sheet. Take that. I'm out. I don't need that.
Yeah. And classic Blake Shapen, man. Just, man. When he's on, that one pass he had to Jalen Ellis was just perfect. Just, there you go. That's what we do. Ben Sims, boom, that's what you do. After that, it's just like, gosh.
It's like he made really, really good tight throws in the first half. And then up until, what would you say, about midway to 3/4 of the third quarter?
Mm-hmm.
Was that fourth quarter? He just You
The
know,
one
like we
pass
were
that
saying,
he missed Quaylen Jones and the easy just boom.
you know, we kept saying that he had that Ewers had happy feet, but it's Chapin looked like he was just like,
Yeah,
uh,
for no reason. No reason.
you know, and that's why I said at the beginning of the year I was not sure about this guy because it's like the sample size was too small to
Mhm.
say, oh, he's going to be just fine. No, it's like he just had the perfect storm those 3 games that he played.
Yeah. And I honestly feel like if they would have kept Bohannon, it would have been the same situation. Because Bohannon, he made some plays last year that you're just like, what are you doing?
Right.
When it mattered the most, he just didn't make the play. And his throwing ability wasn't the greatest either. But looking back now, like we can't wait to go back to the show. But looking back now, like why didn't I realize how young this receiving core is?
True.
This defense is freaking young. Yeah, they had their offensive line and defensive line there, but they could do so much, right?
Right.
And Shaping, like I said, Shaping, it was his first year as a starter. Like I hate when they talked about Jeff Grimes. Jeff Grimes, did this with Zach Wilson at BYU. It's not working out right now. This is not good.
Right. It's like, are we really bragging about Zach Wilson right now? The week he just got benched.
Yeah, let's not do that. Like, it's not making me feel good about it.
Right.
But the
Yeah.
plays are there. Like the play calling, like it gets suspect like everyone else does, right? But they're there. The play calling is pretty good. It's just the execution's not
Execution's not there. Yeah. And dude, he's got to get better at deciding when to run people over and when to slide and when he needs to start a slide.
there. Mm-hmm.
Because that's what 3-4 weeks in a row that he slid when he had no reason to slide
At all. 3 yards short.
Yeah.
Side. Like there was one play, maybe last week in CG where he lowered the shoulder. Yeah, okay, cool. But yeah, it's plenty of plays like that. And like I said, maybe this is something that he'll go back and watch film the off season, work on some mechanics, get that confidence back wherever. I don't know what happened, where it went, but since that BYU game, man, that's when it just went away, and that was it. Like I don't know.
See, I think he started to get it back. I think it was at West Virginia when he kind of they're taking the ball out of my hands.
Yeah,
it's just like
that's another thing I was going to bring up with everyone that I see. They're just just doesn't understand what's going on. They just talk out the side of their mouth, saying take them out, put drones in. That's not going to help his confidence at all.
No,
at all. And I think they realized that when they're like, stop doing these short plays with drones. Let's just get it out completely. We're not going to do that. We got running backs now.
Right.
And that's the only reason they were doing it is because they're shorter running backs. But that's not going to help him out. That's not going to boost his confidence is to get pulled out and just put somebody else in, and then they start struggling. Oh, I'm going to pull you back in.
Right.
It's not going to help.
No. And like it was to say that would have been any different.
Yeah.
I mean, he's probably I guess I missed this part of the meeting. I slept through it. I don't remember this play, what my read is.
Yeah, exactly. So it's not going to work, but we'll see what happens. First year starter. Next year we see the same or regression. Okay, then you're like, all right, now.
It's time. And that's why, even at the beginning of the year, I just said, I don't see him as a passer. Like to me, he's a better athlete, a better runner.
Yeah.
Than he is a passer. I just, and I don't think you guys said that, but I know a couple other people I talked to were like, no, bro, he could throw the ball 10 times better than Bohannon. I'm like, really? It's like, yeah, he could maybe throw the deep ball better. He's got a better arm.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean he's a better passer.
Yeah, you got to be accurate, precise. Yeah. You got to make those little 5-yard plays and make them where your receiver just gets it and just goes instead of trying to twist and,
know that, hey, I'm throwing into triple coverage right now.
Yeah. But the other freshman quarterback coming in next season, too, is supposed to be a pretty good one. So we'll see what happens there in that competition. There's going to be a competition in the offseason. Yeah. So we'll see what happens. But
like you say, I say just I will compliment Sark for just saying, you know what? Screw it. We got the best running back in the nation. I'm just going to give him the ball these last 3 drives.
Yeah.
It's like no pass play. I don't care if it's 3rd and 8, 3rd and 12. We're running the damn ball.
They pay dividends big time.
Yeah. Because, I mean, they just, after that point, he just like, B. John was just put the team on his back. Said, you know what? Screw it. This is my last time here. I'm going out over 100. I'm going to try to get 200.
Yeah. Like I said, the last 2 games against Baylor, he didn't even get over 100. So
I think he was 45 was the highest he'd run for,
yeah,
46,
weird.
something like that. And then it was like 42. What did they say? It was like 42 and 45 or 36 and 45, something like that.
Yeah. Wow. Xavier Worthy, man, do you think he's sticking around?
I think he stays for at least one more year because you could tell he was a ton of frustration. I don't think if he's not first round, I think he stays.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to be like Jordan Humphreys and just be like, oh no, it's my first year. I'm getting the hell out of here, and then barely get drafted in the 7th round.
Because I was actually worried about him prior to the game. Like, man, he's gonna have a big game.
Yeah,
I felt like it against our secondary. I was like, he's gonna have a big game. But
I did notice there was a conscious effort to not run him down the field as much on go routes, so that way viewers wouldn't overthrow him.
He'll walk out mid game. Done.
Where's my Lamborghini? I'm getting the hell out of here.
So we'll preview the Big 12 championship later on, but our seasons come to an end for now till bowl season for our teams. Top 25. Let's get through this here. You got Mississippi State beating Ole Miss 24-22 on Thanksgiving Day. Ole Miss goes 8-4. Mississippi State 8-4 as well. Rumors about Mike Leach too. Health issues going on, so hopefully it's not too bad where he has to resign. I don't think it is. I think it would have happened already, but
yeah,
that's the rumor right now.
But if that is the case, he's going out with a W.
Yeah.
That's Mike Leach style, big O FU to the rest of college football.
Yeah, for real. Then you had number 19 Tulane beat number 24 Cincinnati 27-24. Tulane 10-2. Cincinnati 9-3. We talked about those 2 head coaches already. Apparently gone. One gone. One apparently going to be gone.
Yeah.
Tulane. Shout out Tulane if they win the AAC championship. They get to scoot right into the Cotton Bowl, I believe.
Be a New Year's Day bowl? Cotton Bowl now?
Yeah. So see where they would land at. North Carolina State beat North Carolina 30-27.
Damn it, Mac.
Just dropping all these games. Why not? We're 9-3. Yeah, all right.
I've got this job for the rest of the time I want it.
But yeah, they dropped 2 straight games now?
Mm-hmm. Mac Brown's just like, fire me. I dare you. Fire me.
Yeah, you're going to get everybody pissed off at y'all. Then you had number 18 UCLA beat California 35-28. UCLA 9-3. Chip Kelly. Hey, big year. Good year for him.
Right.
It shows, though, like we said, some coaches give them some time. They're going to find it. They're going to do it. And they did it this year. Florida State defeat Florida 45-38. Seminoles go to 9-3. Florida 6-6. Big year for Mike Norvell. We talked about. He was like, I'm coaching for my life here, man.
He was our Kelly. I'm fighting for my life.
But it's good to see them relevant again.
Right. This actually being a big game like it used to be back in the 90s and early 2000s.
This is where I get excited about the 12-team playoffs. Let's see, let's say Florida State relevant again, right? Say Texas, top of there, Nebraska, right? Throwing these old blue bloods plus these new ones in, man. That's going to be great.
Yeah.
Be great for college football. Then you had Georgia defeat Georgia Tech 37-14, go 12-0. They're on a what? What is their winning streak right now? Stupid, ain't it?
Did they lose last year? I thought they lost one game last year.
They lost last year, right?
Was it they lost in the SEC championship, right? Yes. Yeah, they lost in the SEC championship. Yeah. Yeah.
So they're on a what? 13-game win streak right now?
13 game, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Or 14.
Yeah.
But yeah, 37-14 over Georgia Tech. Unanimous number 1 right now.
Easily.
Yeah. Then you go Michigan defeat Ohio State 45-23. They go 12-0. Another classic example. Remember Harbaugh, man. Is he going to be gone? Is this going to be it for Harbaugh? I don't know.
Right.
2 years in a row, beat Ohio State. 2 years in a row, potentially making the playoff.
He took out all that frustration those years he was there and got just beat down. It's like fourth quarter. He's like, fourth quarter. Are we just gonna run the clock out? Hell no, we're gonna score.
Yeah, exactly. But shout out to Harbaugh, Michigan, man. It's good to see. In Ohio State, we talked about Ryan Day before he came on, and how the crowd was
Calling for his.
We want Urban on big new kickoff. You know, Urban Meyer was giddy inside. Yeah, y'all want me. You want me.
He's probably over there going, all right, pop this Excedrin. I'm ready.
Do you think it's fair, though, for Ryan Day to get ostracized this way after going 11-1?
No, not at all. I mean, what short of him making the college football playoff, what the hell is he supposed to do?
Yeah.
In his first couple seasons. I mean, I don't remember. Did they make it last year?
They made the Rose Bowl. They didn't make.
Okay, that's right. That's right. Okay, I couldn't remember. But yeah, you know, you lose 2 games. That's it. You win a Big 12 title or Big 10 title. I'm sorry. Or was that Michigan? No, it was Michigan last year again.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, still, it's like you go to the Rose Bowl. You only lose 2 games. You lost to Michigan and Purdue, which at Purdue. I mean, look at Purdue now.
Yeah, they're in the Big 10 title.
So I mean, it's like, come on, man, lighten up.
Yeah, that's where I say, like, it's ridiculous. Like, I understand the expectations, but come on now.
It's like, I didn't hear you, calling for Urban Meyer or wanting, what the hell was his name? Jim Tressel back when Urban Meyer lost 2 games
Yeah. None of that. It's like, man, come on now. This is crazy.
I think it's just impatience that, the fandoms have now, or the unrealistic expectations that you got to go undefeated every year, win the Big Ten, and win the national championship every single year, or you're a horrible coach.
Yeah. The landscape's changed in college football where it's like, it's not automatic no more.
Nick Saban set the bar so high. Now everybody's like, you got to be our Saban. You got to win almost every year. You have to win.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I hate to be whoever's next Alabama's coach in the future. I hate to be Gosh. Then you had South Carolina beat Clemson 31-30. South Carolina on the road in the year, man.
What the hell happened to Spencer Rattler?
I guess he just noticed how much buzz Caleb Williams has gotten. He's like, oh damn. Too late, but hey. Let me smoke a cigar.
Right. No, you know what it was? I bet you we had to do the Scooby-Doo ending,
But yeah, 8-4.
Who
Beating
would have called that?
Tennessee and Clemson at the end of the year.
Convincingly at that.
Yeah. And yeah, look at these games that they lost. They lost to Missouri by 13, and then they lost to Florida by 32.
And then you go and beat the number 5 team, and then what was Clemson? 8?
8, yeah. Now, are they calling for Dabo's head at Clemson now, 10-2? I mean,
they're just happy to be there.
Yeah, exactly. Because Clemson's one of those programs that wasn't a solid blue blood at all. They were just rising, and they're where they're at. Like,
and he's the guy that brought them there.
Yeah, exactly. Like 10-2. Hell yeah, let's go win this ACC title. Do what we got to do.
We'll get a New Year's Six bowl. Let's do it.
And then try to get to national championship next year. I mean,
right. And it ain't hurting recruiting. At all.
But these last 2 victories and whatever happens in the bowl game for South Carolina might be a propeller for them in the future.
Oh yeah,
big time. Then you had Kentucky beat Louisville 26-13. Yeah, Louisville. I mean, Kentucky just had a bad season, man. Expectations were too high for them, I think.
Yeah. Stupid toaster helmets.
Then you had Alabama. With a down year this year at 10-2, beating Auburn 49-27. I mean,
they said rivalry. They said rivalry. What rivalry?
Yeah, what Iron Bowl?
Yeah.
But it is weird not talking about Alabama playing for a SEC title game. It's just
But
weird.
they could still. There's still a chance in hell that it can happen. There's still a snowball's chance in hell that it could happen.
Oh, if that happens, it's gonna be great.
Did that clip I sent you guys earlier about Nick Saban with the cut on his face? I didn't see when it was, or what exactly happened. I just happened to flip over during the. I think that was before Survivor Series started. As I was watching that game, and they cut to the sideline shot, and he just bleeding. I'm like, and he didn't. I mean, it was just like slowly kind of trickling down. I'm thinking, is he just not? And he just sat there, and it just stepped slowly. They cut back to it like 10 minutes later, and it's barely now halfway down his chin. I'm like, is he just not going to wipe it, or is he just no selling it? What the hell's going on?
Like, all right, Goldberg.
Right.
That's great, man. It's kind of years been for Alabama.
Yeah. I just think his comments, post-game comments, you think this is bad, you should see the other guy.
Oh, that was great, man. I love it. You had Oregon State defeat Oregon 38-34. They told Oregon, man, forget your Pac-12 title hopes.
Right.
Oregon 9-3 though. Oregon State, excuse me. I mean, Oregon 9-3. That's expected. Oregon State.
Wow. I didn't even know they were that. Their record was at that.
And I didn't know about Washington, which we'll get to later. When you talk about Washington, I was like, Washington. Oh shit, hell yeah, Washington.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, they're the same way.
That's right, because we're talking about that, and it's like, I thought Washington had the inside track to the Pac-12 title.
I feel like Jim Moore. Playoffs. Washington.
Washington. We'll talk about Washington.
Yeah, Penn State defeat Michigan State 35-16. Penn State goes to 10-2. That's another. Penn State was another team that we were talking about. But James Franklin, like, are they? To me, they seem all right. That's what we're going to do. 10-2. That's what we do.
They're content.
Yeah, especially after what happened with Paterno.
Yeah,
you better be content with 10-2.
Especially all the years that man gave. How many 10-2? Or okay, I don't think they played 13 games.
Yeah,
it was what, like 10 games?
10. Yeah.
All the 8-2 seasons he gave you, or 10-0, he gave you a damn national championship.
Yeah. So yeah, be happy that you're 10-2, and they are.
I mean, you think about it. Since his passing, it's been what, Bill O'Brien and James Franklin. That's it.
That's it.
I mean,
Bill O'Brien came in and just, all right, man, let's do this.
Right? I mean, yeah, you've had your down years, but I don't think you've never not been bowl eligible since then.
Yeah. Franklin's at worse, you know?
Yeah. Over at Vandy, he's like, any day above 500 is a good day.
They go 7-5. How do you feel? Oh, we exceed expectations. What are you talking about? Yeah, Utah finally in Colorado season 63-21. Man, 1-11.
You know, and one thing you can say about Colorado is they're not giving up. They're trying. The talent's not there, but they don't know any different.
Can we get the Nebraska-Colorado rivalry back on now? Let's do it.
Oh, man. I was going to say it, but I won't say it. Just, yeah, I don't want us to get demonetized. It was going to be pretty bad, so I'm going to save that comment.
You pay $5.99 a month, you get bonus content. Then you had stupid Texas A&M beat LSU 38-23. Jimbo's like, man, he's like, we ain't gonna lose this game.
Yeah.
Right. How the committee positioned LSU to slide in, just oops, we're number 4, and they dropped the ball and lost.
Trap game.
Yeah, big
trap
time
game, perfect trap game, and they just—it's like LSU thought, it's a cakewalk. We'll be all right. Save up for Georgia.
And I can hear Brian Kelly telling his team that, guys, let's get this over with. We got next week we got to worry about. And I can hear him saying some stupid stuff like that, you know. Not like Ed
Forget
Orgeron.
national championship. What?
Yeah.
Screw that. SEC championship.
Ed Orgeron, but all right,
Go
yes, sir.
Tigers.
We got to win, man.
But that, and it's like, you think about it, Brian Kelly's never had to play for a conference championship.
Yeah, it's true.
Well, I don't say never. I mean, he had that one in the American Conference and whatever Cincinnati was in before that.
Was it the American when he was there still?
I'm trying to remember what it was.
Was it the Big East still? But even then, they had a
No, I think they had gotten rid of the Big East.
yeah.
I think it. Damn, I'm trying to remember what it was now.
Yeah.
I
Was it? Nah, it wasn't the MAC.
don't think they were. Were they in the WAC?
It was the Big East, and when the Big East disbanded,
The ACC and
they probably were in the American, but I don't think they had a bowl conference game yet, title game.
yeah, I think they were just one of those you played, and then whoever had the best record at the end of the year got the championship.
Yeah, because they started adding more teams later on.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, he never really. Notre Dame didn't have to play for no conference championship.
Yeah,
And he was there. What was it, like 6, 7 years?
yeah, he was there a while,
So I mean, he forgot what it's like to play for.
about 10 years.
Man, was it that long?
Yeah, because he was there during the whole, Manti Te'o girlfriend fiasco.
That was what his second year, first year.
Yeah, Brian Kelly's probably behind all that.
Now, Manti, I'm gonna practice this fake accent right now. You tell him.
Yeah, girlfriend. She
And
died.
she died.
Like, whoa, what?
And you never seen her before. But you're gonna say she cooked for you.
Then you had UCF defeat South Florida 46-39. UCF 9-3. South Florida 1-11. Terrible year. Yeah, stupid. USC beat Notre Dame 38-27. Give Caleb Williams the Heisman now because apparently he's the only one that's performing well at this time. Max Duggan gets no love
Bryce Young doesn't get any love.
at all, but
It's like, oh, he won it already. No, who cares?
he runs around in circles and they blow a load off that. Like, come on now.
It's like, come on.
Yes, I'm a Caleb Williams hater. I don't care.
I mean, it's just, I mean, yeah. I don't see it. Even at Oklahoma, they were trying to give him the Heisman. He comes in midseason and they were talking about, oh, he's a Heisman. It's like, dude, he's played half a season, almost lost his second start to Kansas.
Yeah. And that one dumb play that they were all like, oh, that was a great play. It's a play. Well, it shouldn't have came down to that.
Right? It's
At
like
all.
that. It's like, I don't think his teammate was planning on giving him the ball. He just took it from him.
But it was Spencer Rattler, and then he won that. Oh, here's the next Heisman contender. What?
Yeah. It's just they're so saddled on Lincoln Riley's jock that they think that anybody that plays for Lincoln Riley is going to win the freaking Heisman. But I mean, if they'd have gone as hard for Jalen Hurts,
Mm-hmm.
then he probably would have won a Heisman.
I can handle Jalen Hurts more than Caleb Williams, man.
Yeah.
Then you had Tennessee defeat Vanderbilt 56-0. I'm sorry for laughing, but Vanderbilt, man, they've been having like their Super Bowls the last couple of weeks.
Was it Florida and who else was it?
Kentucky.
Kentucky. Yeah.
And just getting shut out. If Tennessee, you ain't going to a bowl game. Sit down. Behave.
We're still trying to go to Sugar Bowl, damn it.
Yeah. Just stop. And then Washington beat Washington State 51-33. So Washington punches their ticket to the Pac-12 title game. 10-2, man. 10-2, impressive.
Is it Washington or is it Utah?
It's Washington.
Because I swear I saw something that said it was Utah.
Oh, it is Utah.
Because I think it was a point differential or something like that.
See, the points matter. Lincoln Riley.
Because that's what, when I saw that Washington had won, I thought, okay, well, Washington, and I kid you not, I get the notification, I look at it, okay. This morning, I get up and I look at Twitter, and I see they had the graphics for Utah. I'm like, Wait, what? So then I start looking, of course, go to ESPN. I mean, did I miss something?
I missed that too. That is weird.
Let's see. Let me double check because I mean,
It is Utah though.
I have been wrong before, but yeah,
It is
it
them.
definitely is Utah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. I guess the
Okay.
Mormons had some money hidden.
Okay, it makes sense now. So yeah, there's a 3-way tie at 7-2. So yes. So it's the point against, not the points for. That's the difference.
Okay. So that's how they got in.
Yeah. Wow. Did not pay attention to that at all yesterday.
See, I did. And of course, I don't think they explained that either on any of the Big Noon or ESPN. I don't think anybody explained that as far as the points were concerned.
But they're all on USC's jock. That's why they don't give a damn. USC's beating whoever they're playing. Pretty much what you're saying.
Right.
So I hope Utah goes and just beats them.
Because I think all they ever said was it's either going to be the only way Utah would get in is if Washington lost, but then Oregon loses. Everyone just kind of penciled in Oregon. And then it was like, oh, well, Utah's not getting in. All Washington's got to do is win or is lose, and then, Utah can get in. But
Man, that's crazy. Yeah, so Utah's in it. Let's get right to it. And then Pac-12 championship. Here's the previews for next week's games. Utah at USC. Do we pick out a heart? Do we pick out a legit who's going to win the game? I'm going for Utah.
I'm going with the Utes. I hope so. I mean, they beat them before, so
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's harder to beat a team the second time around, but
I want to end all this nonsense.
Caleb Williams has the worst game of his collegiate career.
Then you got Kansas State and TCU in the Big 12 championship. I'm rolling with TCU.
Yeah. I mean, again, same thing. It's hard to beat a team twice, but TCU has just found ways to win.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's their season.
Yeah. Lightning in the bottle.
Right.
Then you got LSU and Georgia. This is going to be an interesting game. I think people are kind of pushing LSU aside. This is where it's going to get bad, though.
If LSU wins.
LSU wins and USC wins.
Oh, because you can't push Georgia out.
No. Ain't no
but
way.
No. But are you really going to – are they going to punish an SEC champion
Yeah.
and not put them in?
Where's Ohio State going? Are they really dropping that far down? Yeah, possibly, right? TCU wins. They're going to just, you go over here and we're putting these guys in. You know what I mean? I hope for
I think TCU would be in.
Yeah.
But I don't think they would say, you know what, you're going to be at number 2 or 3. I would think they would say, yeah, I guess we have to put them at 4.
Yeah.
We'll put somebody else that didn't play in third, but we'll make sure TCU has to play Georgia right out the gate.
Yeah. For the sake of all whatnot, I think Georgia's going to win.
Yeah.
Their defense is they find ways to win too. Their defense is just pretty dominant at times.
Exactly. So.
Then you have UCF and Tulane in the American Athletic Championship game. Should be an interesting game. I'm not going to lie. I don't know much about Tulane. UCF, yeah, a little bit. But with the news of Tulane's head coach possibly being gone, that could work either way. Motivating or heartbreaker. And this coach seemed like he was loved by a few, more than a few. But I'm going to go with Tulane.
Yeah, I think that game means more to those kids than UCF. They're coming to the Big 12, so I kind of would hope they would at least go out on top. But Tulane is just a magic season for them right now, and I think they just keep on finding a way to win.
The Green Wave. You got Purdue and Michigan. Now, something stupid's going to happen. I just see it coming. Something's done. If Georgia, Michigan lose their championship games, like
It's chaos.
here comes Alabama.
Alabama's like, don't mind if I do.
Yeah, we'll slide right in. What's up?
Thank you for keeping my seat warm. Thank you. We'll take it from here. Nick Saban's like, hey, that's just one less game I had to coach, so thank you.
Yeah. I think Michigan's going to win, though, honestly.
I don't have a red flag. Damn it. Here we go. Throwing it. Red flag. Challenging. Purdue's going to create a bunch of chaos, and Purdue's going to win the Big Ten.
Stupid Purdue, because they will do something stupid like that.
Purdue always finds a way to win a game like this.
They can piss everybody off. Everybody off.
It's just going to make things hell for everybody else.
Then you got Clemson and North Carolina. Yeah, Clemson and North Carolina, the ACC championship game.
Both coming off losses.
Yeah. Will Mac get 10 wins for UNC, or will Dabo get another ACC championship? I'm going with Clemson.
I'd like to see Matt get it, but he's not going to. Right? Dabo always coaches his team hard, and they always come out pissed off, and they always seem to come out better after a loss.
Yeah, especially a rivalry game like that, they're going to be pissed.
Yeah. So Clemson.
Well, that's our recap and our preview of championship week. Wow.
How about you? I just saw this. North Texas and UTSA. What the hell?
Oh, really?
Is that a makeup game, I'm assuming? Or are they playing? Is that the Sun Belt?
Let me see here. Oh, it's the Conference USA Championship.
Oh, damn. See, I didn't even know that was still a thing.
Oh, wow. Hello. Yeah, we didn't give love to other conferences, but yeah.
I just saw that since they were local teams. That's what I thought. What the hell?
UTSA 10-2, man. Shout out, another great year.
Going under the radar.
How long does Jeff Traylor stay there? Seriously.
I think until they get ranked. Honestly, when they played Texas, I was worried we were going to lay an egg.
Yeah, because they were competing for a while.
Yeah, like I legitimately thought, like even before the game, like just looking at the schedule, I thought, dude, we're going to be so hyped from that Alabama game, from getting our asses handed to us. This was me preseason. I was like, we're just going to be so hyped and down on ourselves that we're going to come out and probably lose 2 games in a row. And then I was really worried, right? After we played Bama close, like they're just going to come out flat.
Yeah,
and that's exactly what happened. But kicked it into gear and said, "Okay, no, little brother, go over
there, behave." Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see that. And North Texas, after having a pretty bad season last year, back at it.
Being green.
Appreciate y'all joining us for this Week 13 recap, rivalry week recap. In Your House Sports Facebook, YouTube, like, subscribe, comment, do other good stuff. Remember, this show's out 3 p.m. Central Time. Our NFL, 4 p.m. Central Time. My bad. I keep saying 3. 4 p.m. Central Time. Our NFL recap will be out Tuesday, 4 p.m. Central Time as well. Got lots to talk about that as well on Tuesday. For Manny D.
Your boy Vasos.
Peace out.
Peace.